The bitter truth is that we often spend more time looking at our flaws than we do looking at our own light. We have become experts at finding what is wrong with our faces and our bodies, but we have become strangers to the beauty of our own souls. We compare our real, living selves to frozen statues and digital images that do not even exist in the real world. This constant judgment is a poison that makes us feel small and unworthy. Today, I want to share a secret about how to see yourself as you truly are, beyond the surface. Let me tell you a story about a young woman named Amara, who lived in a village where the statues in the temple were so perfect that they made her heart feel heavy with shame. Amara was a girl with a kind spirit and eyes that held the depth of the ocean, but she could not see her own light. Every day, she walked past the grand temple where the stone statues of goddesses stood tall and flawless. She would look at their perfect curves and smooth faces, and then look down at her own hands with sadness. To Amara, every small mark on her skin felt like a huge scar. She obsessed over her flaws until she felt she was losing her mind. The smell of wet earth after a rain usually made her happy, but now it only reminded her of the mud she felt she was made of. Her internal conflict was like a heavy fog that blocked the sun. She believed that beauty was a destination she could never reach, and this psychological weight made her hide away from the world. She was trapped in a cycle of self-criticism that stole her confidence and her peace. One evening, after a heavy rain had turned the village paths into a network of pools, Amara met an elderly woman named Gia by the edge of a muddy pond. Gia was known for her wisdom and her ability to see things that others missed. She saw Amara standing by the water, looking down with a frown. Gia did not offer words of comfort at first. Instead, she gave Amara a specific task. She told Amara to kneel beside a particularly deep and muddy puddle and wait until the water became still. Then, Gia asked her to look at her reflection in that dark, brown water and describe exactly what was clear about the image. Amara was confused. How could anything be clear in such a dirty place? But she obeyed and waited. As the ripples vanished, she saw her own outline against the sky. Amara told Gia that she could see the light of the moon reflected in the water, and she could see the sparkle in her own eyes, even though the water was surrounded by mud. Gia nodded and spoke in a voice that was as soft as the evening breeze. She told Amara that the mud is only on the surface, but the water itself remains pure. She explained that our flaws and our mistakes are like the mud at the bottom of the pond. They might cloud the view for a moment, but they do not change the nature of the water. Gia taught her that character is the true reflection of a person. A statue is beautiful, but it has no heart. A human is beautiful because of the light that shines from within. Silence fell over them as Amara realized that she had been looking at herself through the eyes of a critic rather than the eyes of a friend. This conversation was a journey of discovery that allowed her to see that her worth was not something that could be measured by a mirror. This was a powerful eureka moment for Amara. She realized that she was far more than just a reflection in a piece of glass or a stone carving. She saw that her kindness, her laughter, and her spirit were the things that truly defined her. In our modern world of 2026, we are bombarded by filters and edited images that make us feel like we are never enough. We hide our true faces behind digital masks, forgetting that kindness is what reveals the soul. A practical tip to break this cycle of self-hate is the 60-second mirror talk. Every morning, stand in front of your mirror and look into your own eyes for 1 full minute. Instead of looking for flaws, speak 3 positive truths about your character out loud. Tell yourself that you are capable, that you are kind, and that you are worthy of love. This simple act trains your brain to see the water instead of the mud, building a foundation of self-love that no filter can ever provide. As we walk through our lives, we must remember that a mirror only shows us our skin, but our actions show us our soul. Do not let the mud of society's expectations cloud the purity of who you are. Your beauty is not a puzzle to be solved or a project to be fixed. It is a light to be shared. You are a living, breathing miracle, and you are more than any reflection could ever capture. Trust in your inner light, for it is the only thing that truly never fades.